Just 4 planes and 19 hijackers brought the United States to a standstill. Many millennials don't remember much from their childhood, but one day that will never be forgotten is September 11th, 2001. This is a topic I've been interested in since I joined the fire department and took a trip to Ground Zero, a breathtaking trip. That September morning, over 3,000 people were injured or killed. It is a heartbreaking reminder of the hatred and resentment that surrounds us each and every day. People wonder why and how this could have happened. From early morning to the years that follow, people still question and suffer every day. Members of a terrorist group called Al-Qaeda were highly trained in many different fields to take down American Airline Flight 11, American Airline Flight 175, American Airline Flight 77, and United Airline Flight 93. A man by the name of Mohammed Atta was the pilot of the plane that took down the North Tower, American Airline Flight 11. Atta entered the U.S. in June of 2000 on a tourist visa. He eventually was granted an entry permit in December, less than a year before the attack. Atta went to Huffman Aviation School in Florida and obtained his Federal Aviation Administration's pilot's certification. He ended up leaving for Madrid only to return to the U.S. in July when they granted him permission to stay until November 2nd, just enough time to complete the attack on the Trade Center. Another one of the skilled terrorists went by the name of Nawarf al-Hamzi. He obtained his tourist visa in 1999 already. On his original application, it noted there were suspicious indicators and was actually placed on a terrorist watch list just a month before the attack happened. Many of these terrorists were here on visas or even illegally. It didn't stop them from getting their job done and taking down the towers that morning. They forced our first responders and heroes to work together to help out the people they could. The first responders acted as soon as the alarm sounded. The first plane struck the tower at 8:46 a.m. Firefighters and EMT were not far behind. Ladder 3 was the initial truck on scene. As crews entered the building, they didn't know what they were in for. The elevators were only to be operated manually. With stairwells packed full of people, they began their ascent. As they were climbing, messages became harder and harder to understand, and eventually all signals were lost. The inside crew made it to floor 78, the lowest crash floor, before the tower collapsed on top of them. Important messages from the ground crew to the attack crew were never relayed that day. 343 first responders and firefighters died during the attack. September 11th impacted thousands of people that day and continued to still have an impact on people's lives. It wasn't until December of 2001 that Osama bin Laden claimed responsibility for the attacks on the Trade Center and near 2,800 people's deaths. Up until 2011, there were still reports of people dying. A survivor by the name of Jerry Borg died on June 17th. Part of his cause of death was due to the toxic inhalation of the substances during the attack. After the attack, the hunt for bin Laden was on. It took them almost 10 years to complete the task. On May 2nd of 2011, bin Laden was taken down. For those that don't remember that day, it will go down in history. In the years to follow, it is still unexplainable. To this day, we will wonder why, still remember, and continue to stay strong. September 11th, a day to remember, a day to pray, a day of silence.